good night, good morning, or good afternoon, or good whatever you want to go with. Hello, Trap Dragon here. We're back with the ranking our dinosaurs. I'm going to try and get through 20 this time instead of 15, so let's fire on. Starting off with number 63, the Metri Acanthosaurus. Now, Metri, I do indeed like, but it looks, as much as its texture is good, it looks kind of plasticky, it looks kind of toyish. Its skin is incredible. Metri always had really nice patterns and all that. But the problem in the last game, as it still has here, is it looks waxed. Yeah, like this one, you can see it really well. As much as you can see the texturing, like the bumps in the skin, but it does kind of look waxed, it looks really toyish, which is the problem with Metri that I do have. Other than that, I do like it though. It is nice, it does look really cool. I don't even remember what its social actually is, so I can't comment on that. Maybe we'll get to see it, I don't know, hopefully we will actually. But yeah, so Metri, not really much to say on it, it's just number 63. Does it really deserve to be here? Should it be like higher on the list? I think it might be. Definitely, like some ones in the last list I will be moving around, like Amaterasaurus, definitely. But yes, that's the Metri Acanthosaurus. Back with the herbivores now, and we're going with the Kentrosaurus. Now, as I said in the last one, like Chunkingosaurus, Kentro basically fills the role of Chunkingosaurus because it's just Chunkingosaurus, but better. I mean, look at the pattern on those one on the left and the right. Those patterns are really, really good. The texture work looks pretty decent. Yeah, I like the texture work, but the pattern is really nice. It's really interesting. It would be... oh, I love this one. It would be cool if there was maybe something done on the plates and the spikes. I get they do kind of the white into the black. The white into the black? Yeah, that still works. I was going to say black and white, whatever. So that does kind of work there, it is, but it does kind of look like a... if this was like white and black, it would look like a cow, which is a nice shoe. I think it'd be cool if it did something with the plates. It's social, like some of the other dinosaurs. It's just kind of... it's not really incredible. It's cute, but that's about it. So yeah, this is just kind of Chunkingosaurus, but better. But I think if they did something interesting with the spikes and the plates, it would be really cool. Like, I know it's a completely different game, but referring to like Ark's Kentro, the spikes and plates can all be different, can be like a different colour, which I think we'd be interested if we saw something like that on this dinosaur. But sadly, no, we don't. I get it, this is probably more scientifically accurate, but it's not as cool. One of the first dinosaurs you would have ever released in the original Jurassic World, the Edmontosaurus. Now, I'm being a bit unfair because I actually did want to rank Edmontosaurus better on the list, but that's purely just because I really like the dinosaur. I wish more of you've got the pattern. Your pattern looks really nice. Now, I like, oh, that one's beautiful! And it's also glitching. Lovely. So yeah, like look at this one. That pattern is gorgeous. That is beautiful. And that's about all I can really say about it. It's social. It's kind of awkward. Like it is like the Monosaurus social, but only like if this did it with another one, only one of them kind of bounds and bucks around like a horse, while the other one just kind of looks terrified. So it's social, it's cool, but it'd be better if it just had the Monosaurus social shared. This would just be the Monosaurus, but better. It does kind of have a, which has always been a problem, is like as much as this has a nice skin and looks good, the bursted yellow is kind of hideous, and the fact that if you want this yellow, you also need to go with this purple striping at the back. So that's kind of a problem. I think it'd be cool if maybe... I do like though that the colour regions are both, like both the actual patterned regions are different coloured. That is cool, but I don't really like how it has these kind of bursts of yellow. So some of its patterned colours, excuse me, that sorry, could be better, I think. Oh, sorry, that just accidentally paused the game. Like for example, this one has incredible colour. Like it's got purple, blue, different shades of green, yellow. It's got some browns. This one is an incredible looking Edmontosaurus. Is that, are they in their social? They either just did it or they're got, yeah, they just did it, damn it. But yeah, so Edmontosaurus, it's I think it's one of the best medium dinosaurs. Oh, that pose looks painful to keep. So yeah, it's just kind of, it's a good Hadrosaur, is all I can really say about it, but it's nothing amazing, like it doesn't wow or amaze me. But this one is gorgeous though, this one kind of does. But the kind of more basic ones don't. Now another sauropod is the Camarasaurus. Now why it ranks here and not like closer like with Dreadnoughtus, Diplodocus and that, is because it just looks more interesting. It has that really cool nasal crest, if you'd call it a nasal crest, I'm sure you would. Or probosc, if that's the right word. So it has that going for it. It's more interesting than a lot of the other sauropods because it's not ginormous, but it's not tiny like a Marburosaurus and Niger Saurus. So it's a nice medium sauropod. And as much as you could say that Apatosaurus and Diplodocus are kind of medium sauropods, they don't, like, I just think this works really well. Like, it doesn't just look like a small Brachiosaurus. Like, you can really identify this as a different dinosaur. However, I don't even think any of these two got the pattern. I don't know. Again, so that's the problem. The pattern is terrible. It's really subtle. It's really kind of boring. It would be, I'd have loved for us. He's doing a really cool sniffy animation. I've never seen that. The Metri, sorry. I've never actually seen that. But yeah, that's the problem with the sauropods. I'd love if if all the sauropods had at least one really crazy coloured skin. If it was just one of the patterns and one of the colours was really crazy, it would be cool. It shares the same social as all the other sauropods, so knock off points for that because that social's boring. I think it'd be cool if some of the sauropods had like an aggressive social. Maybe like half of them were nice and cute and the other ones had like an aggressive, like maybe like they stomped the ground and pushed into each other and tried to push the other one over or something. It'd be cool, but yeah, so it's just more interesting than all the other sauropods, but that's all it's got going for it. Its skins are kind of boring, and its social is kind of cute but boring, but yeah, so that's Camarasaurus. Number 59 on the list is the Chasmosaurus. It has an incredible looking crest, it has really nice skins, it's super tiny. Like, I was comparing these the other day for a park build I was doing to the trike, and the Triceratops is gigantic. Like, Triceratops is huge. These guys are so small, so they kind of have that, but they've never really struck out to me. Like, the more, like, if I had to, like, pick between, like, it's much more interesting than Pentaceratops, but not more interesting than Torosaurus, Styracosaurus, Sinoceratops and all that. Its social is kind of cool though, but also looks really awkward. Like, I just don't understand why they would do it, but it is cool. That one at the back is really nice though. Yeah, they're tiny. So, other than just basically being a tiny Triceratops with really small horns and kind of having that really cute factor, it's not really got anything going for it. It's kind of got the Edmontosaurus problem where it's not got anything that wows me as its issue. I mean, its social is kind of cool. I don't know if we'll get it to play, but I do have a full playlist on the channel that shows off all the social animations, and they're all in shorts, so you can just pick what individual ones you want. But yeah, oh, they two are socialising. You're gonna see it actually. Well, it says it's socialising. Hold on, I'll speed up a little minute. So yeah, we'll get to see its social animation hopefully. Come on. Yeah, here we go. So he just kind of walks up and then he decides, I'm just going to smash my horns into your face. So yeah, it's cool, it's aggressive. But I also don't really understand, I feel like it doesn't fit this creature. At number 58 is, I always say this one wrong, Spinosaur? I always said this one wrong. I always thought its name was weird, but I was just pronouncing it wrong. Now, this, I don't really know if I'm happy with how I'm actually ranked this here. I think Kentro might be actually better than this one. But anyway, I'll still talk about it. So, Spinosaurus. Yeah, see, I always mispronounce that name, really weird. But yeah, its pattern is interesting. Unlike Kentro, its spikes and kind of plates, if you can even call them plates, are coloured. Like, this one's plates are like different, they're two different coloured. That's interesting. They're absolutely tiny, which they have the adorable factor. Their social, again, is cute, but it's just kind of meh. But yeah, I do like how the spines have and all that. They're really small. I know I've already said that. I'm really trying to think of things to say for this thing. So yeah, that's the problem. There's your problem. I can't think of anything really interesting to say about you. Which is why you're not in a better spot. You're in a decent spot compared to most dinosaurs, like compared to spot 888. So yeah, be happy. But yeah, not really much to say about it. It's just a tiny little stegosaurid. It looks like... Maybe this looks like an old Kentrosaur, like when Kentrosaur got old and starts dying. This is what it would look like. Finally back in the aviary with Marodactylus. I do like Marodactylus. It is an interesting little tiny creature. It's also noisy as hell. Its skin pattern is actually really good. I remember its skin pattern being kind of terrible. Huh. Yeah, this one's not really that interesting. Like, it's hard to notice. But these two... Mainly this one, like you can really see the patterning on this one really well. It looks really good, but compared to like this one or that one, they're kind of hard to notice, so get knockoff points for that. That could just be the colour combination. Oh my god, look at his face. Oh my god, look at that beak. What the hell happened there? I'm only pausing it because these are so, like, for something so small, they're so loud. Right. Okay, get a good look at this one. So yeah, I do like them. They do look really menacing, they look really good, but the problem is, for small pterosaur, we already have Dimorphodon and Pterodactylus, and they two look completely unique to each other. So this one doesn't really fill that role. And then you also have Tropognathus, which is basically this, but bigger, and looks a lot better. So I just kind of feel like, as much as I do, like, I'm always like, yeah, more dinosaurs, more reptiles. I just feel like the niche this thing fits is already filled, so he's kind of pointless. I do like him though, but I don't really think I would use him. Like, I would rather use, if I wanted small pterosaurs, I'd use like Pterodactylus or Dimorphodon. So yeah, so sorry buddy, you're just kind of meh. We're getting wet again with Ichthyosaurus. Now, Ichthy are here because they do actually have really nice patterns. They are incredibly derpy and curie. This one is kind of horrible to look at though. Oh, so's that one. Like, some of them are really horrible. You're... okay, you're better. Right, you're better. So, yeah, as you saw there, some of the patterns and skins do look a bit nasty. They don't really look that appealing. They're kind of cute. I think it'd be better if they had, like, big, more bulbous eyes. If, like, their eyes were more gigantic. Oh my god, you look... Oh god, it's horrible. Look horrible front on. I do like the fact we had these. Oh, you're gorgeous though. Yeah, this is what we mean by a nice one. This black and this purple is beautiful. But yeah, I wish it did have bigger eyes. It'd be cool if it could maybe, I don't know, maybe fight back or something. Or if at least two Ichthyosaurus could attack each other. That would be interesting to see. But I mean, none of the aquatics have like social displays or anything like that, but I don't really think fish do anyway, so whatever. But it's just kind of... I mean, like, this kind of just feels like if you needed to fill a lagoon and you needed to do it fast, you just pop loads of these guys out and then probably swap them out for when you can afford something better, like Coronasaurus or the Mosa or the Tylosaurus. So, yeah, I do like it though, but there are better aquatics, basically. Back with the small carnivores now with Peroceratosaurus. This little dude does have great skins. I love Peroceratosaurus' skin. They have a really kind of cute social. However, comparing it to the other small carnivores, I much prefer the Troodon and the Raptors. Mainly just comparing this into Troodon because they're really similar, and I think they have the same. No, they don't have a different social. So points for its own social. Its skins are really nice. That was the social there. We just actually missed that. Oh, we can see it here. So this one kind of comes up. They sniff each other, kind of back off, and then be head wiggle. So it's cute. Some of them do have really nice kind of crest. That can be a nasal. It's just a crest, and it's not a nasal crest. They have a really nice crest combination. I do think in the last game they had better skins and kind of better patterns. Which again, I'll lose the take points off that. Like, some of the ones I disliked the most were kind of the ones that I kind of see more resembled. Like, there's one I really liked, and it was like it was all yellow with a big purple crest. Maybe that's just the skin combination we've got here, because I do think that is in the game. Yeah, it's like this one. It's like the crest was like purple and blue. It was really nice. But so it's just kind of to me, it seems like it's more kind of skinny, scrawny, wimpy Troodon, basically. I do like the dinosaur, but compared to the other snow carnivores, it's not really... It doesn't really strike much. I do like it as unique, though. Unlike the Deinonychus. It's more unique than Deinonychus, so it does get a better spot than him, but sadly, Ceratosaurus is number 55. Number 54, not Styracosaurus, Stygimolog. Why did I say Styrac? Probably because of the name. I like this more than Dracorix and Pachycephalosaurus, as they're ranked better. They have really good sound, I think they have a cool social. I've always liked Stygimolog over the other ones. I think it's just, the reason why I like it is all these spikes. It just looks more aggressive. It just looks like, you want to fight me, then come ahead. Like, this guy looks like he would fight anything that came at him. Which I like, that kind of aesthetic. Pattern and skin is really nice. They got really nice skin and patterns. Their sound effects are adorable. And I just think they're better than the other Pachycephalosaurs in the game. Except Homocephaly, because Homocephaly is adorable. So yeah, that's why they're here. Not really much else to say on these guys, other than I do like them. Next on the list is the Mutabarasaurus. Now, as I said, in this video I want to try and get through a lot more than we did in the last one, so this should be a top 20. So yeah, Mutabarasaurus gets points because it is finally walking on two legs and doesn't just look like a Maiasaurus copy-paste, which was one of the problems I had with it in the last game. It felt like it was just another Maiasaurus. Now, these guys are going to run because of the bloody carnivores in here, so I'm going to have to pause it. They have really nice skins, although these ones haven't really came out with them. Like, even this kind of almost default looking one looks really nice. Like, you've got that in the crest, but then you can also have something really bright and colourful. Like, this is a really nice one that I had on my Amber Lagoon build, which looked really, really nice. I think it was this blue with like orange or something, I can't really remember. But yeah, so they have that. Their social takes points off of that because it's boring. I just realised he's got green oxters. That's the fact that they're actually running and walking on two legs is a lot better though, which is why they rank better than some of the other hadrosaurids. This is a hadrosaur, isn't it? I'm assuming this is a hadrosaur. Yeah, it is. So yeah, Mutabarasaurus, it's better than most, but not incredible. I think it'd be cool if Mutabarasaurus could fight back. Maybe it's not as strong as like Iguanodon, but maybe it can still, not stab, but maybe it slaps. Because it could still do damage with those hands, definitely. Or maybe it has like it just headbutts things or something. It'd be really cool to see that. I think if Mutabarasaurus could fight back, it would get better points. Now, for one of the most beautiful dinosaurs in the game, Centosaurus. Now, looking at its face, you don't think that, but look at those crest colours. This is what the Olorotitan's crest should have been. Oh, that purple one is gorgeous. Now, I cannot rank it better on crest alone, which is a shame, because if I could, you would probably be in the top 15. Definitely. Because this one is really good. I love how it almost looks like some kind of magical burst of ice and frost is on the crest. And how you got this one which gives straight up like kind of tropical jungle vibes. This one looks like a beautiful sunset. And this one is just the best. Like these two purple ones, yeah, they are gorgeous. But again, you kind of get that kind of almost magical element vibe, but then it doesn't really blend. Like, fair enough, yeah, it does blend into the kind of beak. But I kind of wish it blended a bit more, because when you look at the back there, it just kind of stops. And then the rest of the patterning is fine, but it's just kind of boring. So like, if you want this bright purple, you have to put up with this kind of bluish hue along the back, which is kind of sad. I think it'd be good if it was maybe, not the purple, but see you have that kind of bright purpley blue mixed in there. If that is what the stripes were, then yeah, this thing would be like perfect. And I mean in this one, but then again this, I don't really know how it actually, if that purple goes with the stripes. I imagine it does. But I mean this one doesn't even, it just looks like the black, the kind of darker stripes are the pattern and the colour. Where this one, again, has the same problem where the pattern and the base colour blend into each other too much. To where the brown patterning is what looks like is the only pattern, when, as you see like on this one, inside the kind of darker green, which on the other one would be the brown, it is a different colour. So that's the only problem. This one is nice and interesting though, but I think if the rest of the patterning was as beautiful as the crest, it would definitely get more points and be a higher ranked dinosaur. But other than that, it's just a much better looking Allura Titan. I wasn't too sure where to rank this one, so it has to go here. Geostinbergia. Right, so I'm pretty sure this was one of the deluxe dinos. Does look good. This is the kind of base one, so we can get a nice look at just the base body. It's very odd looking and it stands out really nice with all the other Avery species, which is good. Its pattern is interesting, but again it has the scintille problem where all the main patterning interest is just the crest. Like basically the crest and a smidge on the wings, and like the torso, the body, even the underneath of the wings is completely ignored. This, especially with that crest and how colourful its crest can be, it would have been much nicer if its whole body got that treatment. Like, fair enough, yeah, make the crest the highlight. Like, maybe make that the big burst of colour, but the pattern should be across the entire body. Because other than that, like, if you took the patterning off the wings, it would just be kind of... it would not be interesting enough. The crest is not enough to make an interesting dinosaur. Which is why it's here. I do like Geostinbergia, I do. Kind of wish they weren't so picky with what they need, because then it makes it really difficult having loads of them in a kind of decent sized Avery without making it gigantic, which is an issue. So again, that's another thing that plays into it. Oh, I'm sad we're getting this one. I wish we got the other animation where it's under the water. Like Pleurodon, as you've probably guessed. Now, I know a lot of people absolutely hate this thing with a passion. They hate it so much. I love Pleurodon. I will say it does not look like a Pleurodon, but it is definitely Jurassic Worldified, which is what I do like, and I think it also plays into the fact that crocodiles are my favourite animals, and this just looks like a really beasting hench crocodile with flippers. That is what I get from this thing, and that's why I love it. Like, I do even love like the kind of weird spiked beard that it has, the kind of monstrous thick fins, and the very aggressive back plates that it has. Why is it not letting me swap between you? Okay, it is now. And again, like this one here, the patterning is beautiful. They can have some really nice colours. Again, I will say, I know people hate this thing. Like, this one is gorgeous. How... if it's just on the model alone, then I understand how you can dislike it. Because I know some people don't like their kind of Jurassic Worldified monstrosities in their dinosaur game. They want scientific accuracy, which I understand completely. But I just think this is more interesting than a scientifically accurate one. I really love the Pleurodon. I think it'd be good though if maybe it was more aggressive, like if it could fight Tylosaur, but run from the Mosa. I think that would have been cool. Or if maybe these things could, if these were like the only aquatic that could like pack hunt, maybe two of them could take on a Tylosaur. That would be cool to see. But other than that, there's not really much. Like, the skin's really cool, but again, it's just another big aquatic. They're not as impactful. I think maybe it's because of the Jurassic Worldification. That's now a word, yes. It kind of loses points for that, where if it was more scientific accurate, maybe it would have ranked better. Like, for example, like Tylosaurus is more scientifically accurate to a Tylosaur, so that's got a better rank than this guy. Now, this is a sore spot, and it's the Niger Saurus. I absolutely adored the Niger Saurus in Evolution 1, and I still do. Its skin and pattern is so much better. It still has that dirty, almost Hoover-esque face, and if you don't know what a Hoover is, it is a vacuum cleaner. So yeah, it's like those really like old vacuum cleaners you see that were like handheld. That's what its face is like. But I mean, it is completely uprooted by a Marburosaurus being so much more smaller, less chunky, and much more adorable. But I do still love this thing. It's one of my favourite dinosaurs in the game. It's one of the best sauropods. It has great skin. I kind of wish it had ones that stood out a bit more. It's got a nice patterning on the face, so it's better than the last game. But it's just completely uprooted by a Marburosaurus by sharing all the same animations and everything. The only thing that's different is essentially the model and the sound effects. But other than that, it's just a fat Marburosaurus, really, which is sad. I think they could have maybe changed it, or maybe given this one like an aggressive social Or maybe make this one can actually fight back. Or maybe not actually, I like that fact Amargasaurus can't fight back. But maybe like this thing could fight back against like small carnivores, not medium or large ones, but small ones. This thing could fight back. Maybe it could, well, wait, yeah, all the sauropods can fight back, but it's terrible, so yeah, ignore all that actually. I just think sauropods should be able to fight back better. But yeah, so Niger Saurus, it had just been completely uprooted by Amargasaurus, so if Amargasaurus wasn't here, Niger Saurus would maybe be in the top 20. Maybe it would be like from 1 to 20, it would maybe be there. But sadly, this is where it has to be. Number 48, yes that's correct, Styracosaurus. It has really nice crests, as you can see. Sadly, the patterning seems limited to the crest, which is a problem I think almost all of the Ceratopsians have in this game. Although the first game, the crests were almost ignored, so now they've just focused on them, but I feel like if, for example, look at this boy here. If he had like that kind of creamy yellow or that burnt orange, like, well then again, it does kind of actually have a pattern on the body, does it? Hold on, let's see one here. Yeah, they do okay, they do it right. This one has that kind of hideous green almost. But it's just kind of there, like it doesn't strike you like I didn't even notice that when they were walking out, which is an issue. Like comparing this to like Triceratops. Triceratops has a great body pattern and its frill and its horn looks incredible. You'll see it later, but it does. So Styracosaurus is good. I do like the dinosaur, but the pattern is not as interesting as some other ones. Like, I'd even see Pachyrhinosaurus has better patterning, like along the body and the horns. The social is cool though, which we're going to see. I like the social. How he just almost tries to like choke or almost garrot the other one. It's really cool because if the other one wasn't fast enough, this thing would have just slit that thing's throat, which is cool. And I didn't think, yeah, I've said that sentence before in my life. Yeah, slitting throats is cool, children. Oh my god, they're just clipping in each other. So, I just feel like its pattern is not noticeable enough. So, it's, yeah, comparing it to the other dinosaurs, it's kind of an awkward place to put it because I do like the model and its texture work is really good. But its patterning is lacking, especially compared to some other dinosaurs. So, it has to sit here. Finally back with another carnivore, and it is the Ceratosaurus. The first carnivore, oh that one is pink, I did not know there was a pink Cerato. Wow, that blue one's gorgeous. Now, Ceratosaurus, probably the first carnivore you'd have ever released if you played Real Evolution 1. This blue one is gorgeous. It has like blue and green mixed in, almost kind of teal, so yeah, Ceratosaurus already getting points for the skin. And this kind of pinky one, actually... If it was more pinky, it would look better. It kind of looks like it's ill. Now, Ceratosaurus, like even the plain one, I think looks this. Wait, how do you have a pattern on your face if you're a plain one? Does the plain one have a face? Yeah, so the plain one does have a face pattern. Huh. Now, I think we might get to see the social here, which I do like their social. And again, this is a unique social. So they kind of just roar at each other, then try and bite. And then the Mutabarasaurus come and ruin it. Sorry I had to stop there, my throat was sore. But yeah, so Ceratosaurus, it is good, it has a nice patterning. As you can see, it's got really good skin colours. It's better than like Metri that we released earlier. So like, fair enough, yeah, its pattern is really basic, kind of simple, but the texture work is really good. Like, it looks like a really bumpy, realistic look. It also does look like it would be kind of horrible to touch though. But I do like it, like it's meant to look like that. However, I do think if maybe its kind of nasal blade, if you want to call it that, was more horn-like and less like a kind of, like it is kind of horn, but I think that if it was more pointed, and if its eyebrow ridges were more aggressive, like if it was just like this, if it was still this, but more aggressive, like if you've seen, I know it's a completely different game and a lot of people complain, oh don't compare it to a different game, but I'm using it as an example. If it was like the Primal Carnage Ceratosaurus, or even there is a really good modded Ceratosaurus out there, I might get the picture and put it on screen or whatever. If it looked more like one of those two, I would like it more, but other than that, it is just the same old Ceratosaurus from the first game, with upgraded textures and better skin colours. So since it's good, but nothing new really. Now one of the dinosaurs that got the best glow up, I think, is the Baryonyx. A lot of people didn't really like the Bary in the last game. I didn't like it, but I can understand why people didn't like it now. Again, let's see if we can get one that looks nice. You actually look really nice with that blue. See, this is the thing I like, how its pattern is actually separated by... Oh, sorry, God's sake, I think I might need to drink something in a minute. Its patterning is setting up really nice with this kind of pattern. It's kind of green on green. Is there one that's got two different pattern colours? I'm trying to find one. Okay, you, right, so... It gets points as it has the back black pattern, which I do like. It's not too crazy, like for example like Pleurodon, because they're kind of similar with their back patterning. So I do like it, it's nice and subtle. It then has that kind of cream line, or on some of the other ones it's blue, which separates it, which is another colour. Then it has the nice pattern, but it's still blended in with the darker elements from the top. Its sound is incredible, its social is really, it's actually kind of cute for something like this, as having cute social. I think we're going to see it. Yeah, we're going to see it. So you're going to see this, so he kind of walks up and he tries to just kind of munch on this one's tail. I actually think he does bite it. Yeah, he does bite it, and that one's just kind of like, what the hell? So you still see that aggression, and then he tries to attack him, which I still think it's kind of cute. Like, it's like a little kind of slap fight. It's adorable. And as I actually think this was the first... No, it doesn't matter. I was going to say, like, in the first game, this was the first piscivore we got, but it wasn't, because Spinosaurus and Sucho, so just ignore me on that point. But it is a nice medium between Sucho and Spino. Like, I mean, it's not even as big as Cerato. But since we do have Suchomimus, who sounds like an absolute monster, I think Sucho and Spino are just better. But this is a really nice, good creature. It looks a lot better, and it's, yeah, definitely. It's got a good ranking at number 46. That's pretty decent. It's under the halfway point. So yeah, well done. Now, I wasn't too sure where to rank these dinosaurs, because the Compy is great. It's in the game. It's cute. It's tiny. It's adorable. And like that one that just hopped away, and the fact that they hop instead of running, oh my god, that is adorable. So where was that one that just ran up? Yep, there's the Compy problem. You can't see the bloody things. Like, even if you're in a tour jeep, you don't see the Compies, which I know some people are going to go, that's the point, it's a Compy, they're meant to be tiny. Like, this one is beautiful. This one is really nice. Like, they have really good patternings and colours, they're really pretty. The fact that you can put these in any enclosure, except with small carnivores, they will be the only thing that will eat them, which is good. So you could have loads of these with like medium carnivores and large carnivores, which is nice. But the problem is, like, we're locked onto this thing, and we're only slightly zoomed out, and we can hardly see it. So I get that is the point of a Compy, but also the point of this game when you release dinosaurs is so you can look at them and watch them. So it's a shame that such a high quality looking dinosaur with a great skin pattern is just so hard to see. So the last dinosaur for the day is the Iguanodon. I personally do like the Iguanodon. It is a nice looking dinosaur. It is gigantic. It has points over all the other hadrosaurs, as it can actually fight back. However, really like this actually has a pattern. If you can see that faint pattern, fair enough, it's green on green, but still, its pattern is really kind of, the face patterning is nice, but the rest of the body is kind of boring. It's overly subtle. However, it's good that it runs on two legs but walks on four. It's good it can fight back and actually has kill animations as well, which is nice. But other than that, it's really kind of plain. That's the problem. Like, it's plain, and I can't really say much about it. I think it'd be good if it had like brighter skins, or if the patterns were really bright, like how some of the hadrosaur crests are really bright, because I mean you'd expect that, but it'd be nice if Iguanodon had some really nice bright patterning. It would definitely get more points on that. So other than that, I can't really say much. Their social, which we're about to see, is the same as the Tyrannosaur social. So they share a social, which I don't have a problem with, but just because we've never seen a Tyrannosaur, this is why I said it was boring. So he kind of thumbs the ground, which is cute. He comes to be interested, and then he walks away. That's it. So yeah, it's nothing impressive, which is a shame. They could have a really cool, maybe if they had like an aggressive social, or if they just had something that was more interesting. So yeah, that's the problem with Iguanodon, and that is why it is number 44. So now, oh wait, no, they aren't at that. Now we're at the halfway mark. What dinosaur did I say was at halfway? I think it was Geo. I don't know. But that is us now at halfway through the list. So we only have a few more to go. So anyway, if you enjoyed, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time when we are ranking the rest.